Hello everyone, Tarryn, the traveling trainer of the greater Atlanta area of GoTarryn Personal Training here on GoTarryn TV. Momentarily going to be joined by my new co-host, Mr. Todd Stewart. And together, Todd and Tarryn, we're going to be joined by our other co-host, Ms. Elsie Trewick. And the three of us are going to collectively be interviewing via audio Mr. Jeshua Pope, who is the owner and founder of Flex Appeal Training. He's also, by the way, a Georgia State University graduate in exercise science, Go Panthers, and he's also one of my former interns at the Family Life Center in Buckhead. We're going to be interviewing him in just a few moments. We're going to be talking to him and asking him about Flex Appeal Training, what he's doing here in the greater Atlanta area, how it's like being a new married man coming up on celebrating his one-year anniversary, and a lot of other cool, fun stuff. So when we return, please stay tuned. We're going to be having Mr. Jeshua Pope of Flex Appeal Training.
Hello.
Hey, Jeshua.
Hey.
Hey, how are you doing? It's Tarryn and Todd and Elsie, actually, right here on GoTarryn TV. So welcome. We just wanted to give you a call. Is this a good time right now?
Oh, yeah, right now's a good time.
Excellent. All right, well, while I've got Elsie on the line, I'll introduce both of you. Elsie, this is Jeshua Pope. Jeshua, this is Elsie Trewick.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Just fine.
And this is the first video blog we're doing with a podcast calling in with Jeshua. And then, Jeshua, you have not met Todd Stewart either. This is Todd. Todd, this is Jeshua Pope with Flex Appeal Training.
Hey, Jeshua, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. I see you on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, I've seen you. I was wondering when I was going to be able to meet you. So.
Yeah, well, today's the day.
We got to get you up to the
All
gym.
right.
Yeah, Jeshua, we want you to come out and meet Todd and also meet Elsie. Elsie, that's the other thing I was going to ask you, if you could come out to the Family Life Center. We got to have you come out and meet Jeshua, because I know you haven't met, but just to get you caught up and everyone listening out there, Jeshua was interning with me from Georgia State University, and he did a phenomenal job. He worked with me last year and got to help him out. And, through that, we did a 10-week internship at Family Life Center and got him going. Then he transitioned over to Max Nazir over at Fit to the Max in Roswell. He kind of outgrew that studio, and so to speak, because now he's doing, his own personal training business, and it's called Flex Appeal Training. We're going to ask him about that today. And so that gives you a little bit of backstory of how we got to meet and got to work together. And, so I guess, again, back in that time, you have not been able to meet face-to-face, Jeshua and Todd. Is that right?
Not face-to-face, but we're friends on Facebook now.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Yeah, so Jeshua, let us know. Next time we'll plan a visit now and introduce you to Todd and Elsie out here. But, Jeshua, I guess first question that we got for you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing with Flex Appeal Training, please?
Okay, well, right now I'm 24, trying to make it through life. I love training. I love staying active. The love for that actually came for me when I started playing football and going through high school football and training through that. My initial thought was that I wanted to be a physical therapist.
Cool.
But along the line, I guess with college and everything, I started to realize that it wasn't exactly for me. Mm-hmm. And that's where I kind of met Tarryn. That's where the internship part came in. And I was looking for a different route, trying to find something new that was still in the same field as far as athletics and helping people, because my goal is to help and touch as many people as I can.
That is good. Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah.
And Jeshua, where did you grow up also? Or I can't remember. Are you a native Atlantan?
Oh, yeah. I was born and raised in Georgia, Lawrenceville, Georgia, and I went to school out here. I was part of the Grayson Rams football team, not the team that went to the state championship, but the team right before that. So I did that. I started off my college career at Shorter University.
That's right. I remember that.
And then I ended up transferring to Georgia State for the exercise science program.
Good.
Because, yeah, they have one of the best programs in the state. Tarryn, you know that. You're part of it now.
Absolutely. I'm part of it. I'm a proud Panther. I got my Panther shirt on right now. I teach there, and, Jeshua, it's awesome to see you grow together alongside with you. I kind of went the reverse because I went to Shorter University for my graduate degree, and then I transitioned over and took up a part-time teaching with Georgia State University. And so that's great to have seen you grow and see you, climb the field there. And also, on top of that, you've had a busy year because you had gotten married as well, too, Jeshua.
Whew. Yes. That was that was the fun part of the year last year. Like, I graduated, and then like 2 weeks later, I was going down to Florida to get married. I wouldn't have changed anything about it, I wouldn't have changed anything about it. It was perfect.
That's excellent. So how is married life for you?
Right now it's good. I can't really complain. Of course, we have our ups and downs, but all around it's been a great journey.
Excellent.
And, just made it a year on the 14th of this month. So
I can't believe it's already been a year. That's flown by so quickly.
It was the quickest year that I ever experienced with everything that's been going on. So I'm just really excited.
That's amazing.
Really excited for what's to come.
Yeah, that's incredible. So let's go back to the schooling. What inspired you for the, climbing the ladder in the exercise science department and looking into that? And were there any role models or anybody you emulated after that helped you out in that journey?
As far as getting started in that field, I was in a spot where, of course, I said before I wanted to do the physical therapy. And once I found out that wasn't going to be what I wanted to do, then I ended up, talking to my mom, my dad, my brother, just talking to family, seeing what could be the best possible fit for me. Because, of course, I love to stay active. I love to run, lift weights, and all that stuff. So together we kind of put two and two together, and it was like, all right, you could go in and we could try this personal training thing out. So I know it takes someone special to do the personal training, and by the time I got into that mindset, it was time for the internship, and that's where I looked you up because I didn't know exactly what to expect, honestly. Some people make it sound like personal training is just like an easy job, like, all you need to do is train people, and they don't know all the work behind it at all. So after I got started with you, it was kind of like, well, I know I can do this, but I'm glad I'm working with Tarryn because he seems to have all the marketing down. He got the business part of it and everything. It's just like he's running a very smooth business right now. So.
Well, I was proud to be. I'm really happy I was able to, be a part of that, and transitioning over with you. And you couldn't have gotten another better guy than Max Nazir. Also, we got to give him a shout out there with Fit to the Max.
Oh yeah,
everything he's doing up there in Roswell, and I know we've got to also say hello to Kayvon and Brad and everyone else that's worked with you on the whole journey. And I was really excited when I had learned that you and Max told me that you were, again, as I mentioned earlier, lack of a better word, outgrowing that studio because it was time for you to take it to the next level, even in the next step, and open up your own personal training brand. And that's what I'm really excited to learn about. You've got your website going. We're going to plug that, and we're also going to talk about the services that you provide with your philosophy out of your vision when people are training with you, Jeshua. So let's start. And again, we're going to get the website up on the screen for everybody who's watching and listening to. They'll have it at the end of the blog. But let's start with what would you say, like the vision and mission statement of Flex Appeal Training with Jeshua?
the vision is to help as many people as I can in a family type environment. That's something that I learned working with you and at the Family Life Center, that when people feel comfortable, they tend to get a little bit more done. So I do push for everyone to be as comfortable as possible. I try to fit everyone's needs and in a special way for them. There's always a special plan that I have set out for everyone. It's not one specific general like exercise or workout or anything like that. I make sure that everyone feels special when they come to work with me.
I love it. Yeah, I love that. That sounds like true personal training, because it sounds like you take a very individualized approach to working with them. And I've seen you in action too. You do that, and your chemistry with people is amazing as well. I speak on that just from personal experience, from witnessing you working with others. So I love that. And let me ask you about this, Jeshua. So with testimonials, let's talk about that for a second. What have your clients said about you? And because, again, I know they could visit your website and see some, but what are some of the things that new clients or prospects that are listening out there, what are some of the stories that you could share with some success stories with some of the clients you were working with?
Okay, well, I could say for one, my first client that I had with my business, started working with him right when business opened, February, and within 2 months he was down double digit weight loss. And
hey, that's great.
Wow. I was stoked. It was amazing.
Nice.
And right now his attitude did like a complete 180 as far as how he felt towards exercise, and it's getting a lot more fun for him. I'm able to add in a little bit of plyometrics for him and take the intensity of the workouts up a good bit. And then there's another client that I had. He started a month ago, and he had high blood pressure. He got diagnosed with diabetes, and a month after working with him, like this week, his wife texted me. It's like, good news. He's off of his blood pressure medicine, and he no longer has diabetes.
Hey, that's awesome. Wonderful. That's gotta feel really good. That's excellent. That is really, really good. Let's talk about this, Jeshua. How about the training methodology? Do you offer group personal training? Say if a group of friends come in and they say, hey, we want the group personal training for the three of us or such. Is there a way that you could service people in that aspect?
Oh yeah, I definitely do that.
Okay, good.
I've gotten a great amount of experience through that, just with Station Nation at Family Life Center, and also with how many group fitness classes Max does up at Fit to the Max when I was there. And the mixture of both of those helped me with my confidence with teaching the classes, because I was steered more towards the one-on-ones, and for me now the groups are kind of my forte. I love doing the groups. It's fun to see all the energy and how people react and how they pull each other up when they're not feeling it, and all the celebration. It's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, and tell us, Jeshua, like goal planning for yourself and for Flex Appealing. What would you see? I guess this is a two-part question. Both short-term goals, like say the next 3 to 6 months, and then the second part of my question is long-term goals, range for, like, let's say down the line in a couple years to 5 years from now. Where do you see Flex Appeal training moving on to?
Okay, I would say in about 3 to 6 months, I would like to have most of my classes filled up. I do have some classes that are going, and getting them started is kind of the hard part, but I know that once I get them going, then I could have that reputation in this area for having a good group class and getting people in, getting them motivated. And then on down the road, I would like to open up my own studio.
Mm-hmm.
So I have maybe a couple of friends got certified. I'm going to go ahead and get a shout out because they helped me with the name.
Yeah,
my best friend Lindsay, Joyce, and Nick.
Mm-hmm.
They both helped me out with the name of the business. So that's a plus. And they both recently just got certified as trainers.
Excellent.
So I would love to help them out too, and that's kind of a goal of mine for any friends that are in the field and need a studio to work at, or don't want to just work at the normal LA Fitness or one of those kind of gyms. Give people a place to work and grow the family.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's really good, man. And Jeshua, this is another thing that I always, this is a big personal thing that I take all the time. Everyone knows me. I always jump on this. But there is a huge difference between, and I'm not trying to pick on LA Fitness, but let's just say a non-certified, non-degreed LA Fitness trainer versus someone like you who is both certified and degreed. What is the difference, in your opinion, of a degreed personal fitness trainer and / fitness professional versus again, not to pick on LA Fitness, but an LA Fitness trainer who does not have a degree?
Well, with the degree, just with all the hard work that goes in the 4 years, 3 years, or however many you're in your core classes for,
mm-hmm.
or the degree classes, that makes a big difference. You get to learn a lot more about the human body, how it works, what gets everyone to tick, and what stresses out people, muscle. It's just a wider range of things than just talking about, what exercises help this body part.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's a brilliant definition. Yeah. And, Jeshua, you've seen my cartoon, and I don't know if you've seen it, Elsie or Todd, but anybody who knows me, they know that I have a clear distinction of a degreed personal trainer by default trumps a non-degreed. I don't even like to call him a personal trainer, because at that point, if they haven't paid the dues to get educated and gone through the core, like Jeshua just said, the core fundamental basic training, that disqualifies them. And I'll give you a clear my example is, would you go to a doctor and the doctor's about to write you a prescription for an exercise program, and they say, well, I'm not really degreed, I never went to school, but I'm a really good doctor, you could trust me, here's your prescription. Yeah, it's the same kind of analogy in my book. And I know it's a little harsh, but again, Jeshua, I love interviewing fitness professionals and trainers who have paid your dues and who have the knowledge and educational sacrifice, that you've done. You've sacrificed your time, your money, your resources to get the education and fundamental understanding of what a true fitness professional is. So I commend you for that. Let me just continue on to the question with that. Our designated nutritionist, Elsie, who's on GoTarryn TV with us. Elsie, what is your take on what Jeshua was talking about with your experience with when you go to a fitness or a center or gym with personal training versus group exercise? What specialties do you like for yourself, Elsie, and from a nutritional aspect too? How important is it for a gym or a trainer to have like a good nutritional knowledge?
Well, I think it's very important, because your trainer is going to help you work with your diet, especially if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight. You've got a situation where you need to put on some weight or you want to lose weight. Your trainer, you can't exercise without proper fuel for your body, which goes back to what we eat is how we fuel, how we survive, what's driving our energy. So your trainer, knowing what kind of exercises you're going to be doing or what they're going to have you do, needs to be aware of what you're eating and how you're eating, as to whether you're properly fueling your body to do the exercises and have stamina to do it and to accomplish your goal. What is your goal through personal training? What are you trying to accomplish? And it's the whole picture. It's not just, I went to the gym and I worked out with my personal trainer. But what did they have you do? what are you trying to accomplish by working out with a personal trainer? Is it to manage weight, to help? Has your doctor said, like you're with a diagnosis of diabetes, type 2 diabetes, that can be reversed through diet and exercise. That's a very realistic goal for someone to have. And it's important to get off the medication. But your trainer has to know what your goals are and what you're dealing with so that they can map your workouts to get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very well said, Elsie. I love it. Well, how about you, Todd? I guess you could piggyback right from our new co-host Todd right here, who's as I mentioned in the gym 8 days a week working out at the Family Life Center. What's your take on that? What they were just saying?
I was looking at what Jeshua posted on this blog. Excuses will always be there for you. Opportunity won't.
Ah, love it. Yes, very, very good. I like that.
And we're all different, and it's just you have to do it yourself.
You have to, yeah. That accountability is key. Mm-hmm. I love it, Todd. By the way, while we were talking just now, I don't know Elsie or Todd or anybody listening out there who's seen it, but this is the cartoon that I created. That I had. I don't know if you could read it right there, but I'll put it on the screen for the viewers who are listening. But that was kind of like my analogy between the whole, doctor versus personal trainer who's non-degreed. But I know I've upset a lot of trainers out there who don't like that because they don't agree with that. But that's the bottom line, though. A degreed fitness professional, there's few and far between. We're in the minority for sure. Guys like Jeshua, guys like Max, guys like myself. Whereas like LA Fitness or Lifetime Fitness, you're going to have a lot of those, non-degreed, so-called quote fitness professionals. But that's really good. I like that. And again, that's we'll have that on the screen so everybody can listen. And
Tarryn, let me interject one thing too.
Yes.
But what else is really critically important with a personal trainer is having someone that has knowledge and understands the functions of the human body, because there are a lot of people out there who have really bad form, and they're going to injure themselves and the participants in their class because they have really bad form and they don't pay attention to their attendees or their clients' form, and people can do severe damage to their bodies by working out and having bad form.
Yeah, right. No question about it. You're right. Mm-hmm.
We're all different.
Very good point. Yeah, good points across the board on everyone here. This is good. Well, Jeshua, again, this is terrific to have you on here. I'm so happy you, took us up on the opportunity to come on here. One other thought I was thinking, and I asked both Todd and Elsie this on a previous blog that we did with Elsie, is that as we're talking, I would love to have you come out and speak as a guest lecturer at one of my fitness classes that I'm teaching at Georgia State, because, again, you being an alumni and with the same kind of degree and having your own business set up right now, you would be perfect to come out and guest lecture. So in the fall, when I begin teaching for that class, I think it starts in late August, I'm going to be reaching out to you and seeing if you could take us up on that and coming out and doing a guest lecture. That'll be good to get, some good mutual exposure, I guess, too.
That would be wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely up for that. That sounds great.
Yeah, because I was just mentioning it in the last blog that we did. I was saying that Elsie could come out and do the nutritional part as a guest lecturer. And then, of course, my new co-host, Todd Stewart, he's come out and he's done the guest lecturing with our last spring semester that we did at Georgia State. So, again, Jeshua, I like to have really good, fine, professional people like yourself and come out and speak upon real-life experiences of what you can give us. So that's good. I got to commend you for that. So, again, Jeshua, we've covered a lot of ground in such a short amount of time. I can't believe, we've almost gone 30 minutes here together, so this flew by really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Before we let you go, though, if it's okay, could we please ask you if you want to give any more shout-outs to anybody out there listening, or also can you give us the best, let's definitely plug your website, give us that, and also provide us with any kind of social media you want to give, or any ways people can directly contact you, whether it's your cell phone or email address and what have you, please.
Okay. So, shout out. I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to my wife, Alicia. This has not been the easiest transition with me having my own business, but she's been sticking through with me and working with me through it on the whole process. So I love her for that.
That's great.
Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and also give a shout out to Max.
Yes.
He's also
Yeah,
been
Max.
a
Hey, good
very
Max.
great friend.
All right. And we know he's listening. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And give a shout out to my dad. He's kind of been helping me out on the business side of it as well, too, since he has his own business. And been kind of sticking with me through the ups and downs of it right now. And kind of, letting me know that even when the business hits it down, that everything's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I'm going to give a shout out to my Georgia State alumni and professors out there.
Panthers, go
Wouldn't
Panthers.
have been able to make it. Yeah, wouldn't have been able to make it here without the support from all of my friends there and all the professors, everyone that does a phenomenal job teaching and supporting everyone, because once we got to a certain point, it was kind of just a giant exercise science family.
Mm-hmm.
So, and let's see, contact information. My phone number for one, that is 678-524-4468. You can call me or text me, and I will. If I don't pick up the phone, then I will answer a text. Most of the time, I will pick up the phone, though. My web address is www.flexappealtraining.net, and on there it has a little bit more information, pricing, class times, and have a Facebook page, FlexAppeal Training and Wellness, Personal Training and Wellness, and then I also have a Twitter and Instagram at FlexAppeal12.
Excellent, Jeshua. And one other question, too, before I forget. What is the location as well, too? We'll get that up there as well, please.
Location. So right now I'm doing my classes at Recreation Atlanta. The address of that is 754 Beaver Ruins Road in Lilburn, Georgia.
Excellent. Very, very good. Perfect. All right. Well, we're going to have that on the screen for anybody who's watching the blog along with us. And again, this is terrific, Jeshua. Got to commend you. Again, congratulations with not only graduating Georgia State University, beginning and starting your own business, taking that big risk, getting married, which arguably is a bigger risk, and again for all of us, and again for everything that you've done. Just it's truly been an honor and pleasure on my own end to see you mature and grow, and just work really smart. And anything that I could do on my end, too, I'm here for you. And I'm sure I speak for Elsie and Todd. If you guys, if there's anything in conclusion you want to say to Jeshua, I'm sure they're available for you for any kind of help.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep up the great work. Elsie?
I said it all sounds good. Everything's working.
Yes, definitely. Everything is working, and again, we love it. Let's have you back on very soon, Jeshua, and do a follow-up here. And again, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank everybody out there for listening and watching us here. And as we fade to black, we're going to have Jeshua's contact information on the screen here in just moments. And so for everyone out there, for Jeshua, for Elsie, for Todd, this is Tarryn, the Traveling Trainer of GoTarryn TV, saying we'll see you next time, and everyone have a wonderful day.